How many times have you sat down on your desk on a Monday feeling ready to tackle your endless to-do list, and then in a blink of an eye, it's Friday and you have no idea where the week has gone? Time is the one thing I feel like I never have enough of, which is why when I used to juggle this YouTube channel, a 9-to-5 in tech, and a small business on the side, I had to learn how to use my time as efficiently as possible just so I can keep everything up and running. So today I wanted to share 6 habits and tools that I've incorporated into my work routine that help me save over 20 hours every single week so that I can actually focus on the important tasks that actually help me grow. So let's dive right in. The first habit is what I like to call tunnel vision mode, aka it kind of feels like, you know, when you go into theater mode on YouTube and everything else goes dark. The concept actually originates back from the 70s from a psychologist called Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but his concept was the flow state, which we have all heard about. The flow state is essentially a mental state that we can enter that allows us to be fully immersed and focused on the task at hand. So not only does this actually bring us more enjoyment when we're doing the task, but it also brings us more creativity as well. The best way that I've heard it described was effortless concentration, which I know in today's day and age isn't as effortless or as easy as it sounds. For me, the reason that my tunnel vision blocks or my flow states help actually save me time is because it saves me from context switching. So me being able to complete a task from start to finish within a longer block of time, rather than switching from task to task to task and having to train my brain to switch from context to context to context, actually ends up making my day a lot more efficient. I do have a few tools that help me enter a flow state. One is the Pomodoro timer, but instead of doing that regular like 25-minute or 30-minute or 40-minute work block, I stretch it out to like 2 hours or 3 hours to really give myself the chance to focus and get into that task. DND or Do Not Disturb on my iPhone, on my Mac, on my iPad is also my best friend when it comes to entering my flow state. I'll even go as far as creating like a silent Do Not Disturb mode so that nothing and nobody can reach me during that time. I have also found that moving to a separate workspace, specifically just a smaller desk in my office that doesn't really have anything on it, is a great way for me to eliminate distractions as well. And a great thing about figuring out exactly how long it takes you to complete a task from start to finish allows you to actually understand how long it takes you to complete certain groups of tasks so that when you are time blocking your schedule, you know exactly how long it'll take you to do something specific so that you can make your calendar a lot more efficient as well. The second habit that has saved me a ton of time, both in my work life and in my personal life, is to automate what you can. Maybe it's because I worked in tech for so long, but I love finding tools that help me automate little mundane or admin tasks so that I can actually spend my time doing the tasks that I enjoy more, but also the 20% of tasks that bring me the 80% of the results. So I love using tools like Zapier, for example, that help me automate these little tasks within my business. So if somebody purchases a Notion template on my website, Zapier will bring their name and email into Kit, which is where my email newsletter lives. And from there, they're gonna get an instructional email showing them exactly how to use the template. I also really enjoy using Akiflow for the same reason. Akiflow is a great calendar app that actually integrates Notion into your time blocking calendar. So it'll automatically bring all of my Notion tasks into Akiflow so that I can just quickly time block for my week and figure out what I need to do. Another great example is using a CRM tool like Honeybook to automate my freelance admin tasks. Honeybook is a leading CRM platform for independent business owners that helps you create proposals, figure out contracts and invoices, receive payments, and can actually help you schedule your work. It essentially acts like a behind-the-scenes business partner that handles all of your admin work so that you can focus on the creating, the designing, and the building of relationships portion of your business, aka the part of my freelance business that I enjoy the most. As a marketing freelancer and a content creator, these little admin tasks can really overwhelm my week if I'm not careful with how much time I spend on them. So having a tool like Honeybook that actually automates all of these tasks and does it for me saves me so many hours in a week. Their layout and their feature set makes it really easy to use, and they have a lot of pre-built templates, whether you are trying to create a contract, an invoice, an email, or even a full-on business automation. So for me, having little automations like sending out a welcome guide once my contract with my client is signed, or sending out a little follow-up reminder once an invoice has been sent really gives me peace of mind so that I don't have to chase for these things myself. So if you're a solopreneur, freelancer, or even content creator that works with multiple clients, I would highly recommend checking out Honeybook. You can actually start a 7-day free trial using the link in my description and start automating all of those little mundane tasks in your freelancing or content creating business. The third habit that I have found helped me so much is to actually time block for the next day the day before. I've talked about Akiflow and Notion before, and I'll say it again, it really has changed the game for me when it comes to how I time block. Akiflow is a calendar that was essentially built for time blocking, but the two most useful features are the fact that it connects to Notion as well as all of these other productivity tools that you may use, and their rituals. I use their rituals every single day. There's a planning one in the morning and then an unwind one in the evening, but the unwind one specifically allows me to figure out exactly what I accomplished that day, as well as plan for the next day and figure out what things I need to move over from the current day or what other tasks I want to get done tomorrow. Yes, I still go in and review my time block schedule at the start of each day, but there's something about doing that unwind routine before I log off every single night that just allows me to get everything that's in my mind into my calendar so I know I'm never going to miss a thing. I always feel like I work a lot more efficiently throughout my day when I time block the night before, so this has become one of my daily routines, and it saves me a little bit of time every single morning. You may have heard of habit number 4 before, but it is the 2-minute rule from David Allen's Getting Things Done book. So the 2-minute rule is simple. It just states that if you can get something done within 2 minutes, just do it right now. But the way that I like to incorporate the 2-minute rule into my calendar to save me more time throughout the day is to actually create like a 10 or 20-minute block at the start of my day and fit in as many 2-minute rule items as I can into that short period of time. So let's say you do a 10-minute block at the start of every morning. Try to fit in 5 or 6 or 7 2-minute or less things that you can get done into that 10-minute block, whether it be giving your office a quick tidy, getting the dishes done, responding to any team messages or pesky emails that you've been holding off on. Whatever those pesky little tasks are that end up being distractions when you do them in the middle of your day, move them into that 10-minute block and get them all done right away so that you can actually use the rest of your day as a focus time. Habit number 5 is what I like to call smart multitasking or batch multitasking. Now, I know we know now that multitasking is not great for our productivity, but I feel like if you do it in a way where you're avoiding context switching as much as possible, it can actually be an efficient and productive way for you to get more done in a day. So how I like to do my smart multitasking is to group all of my tasks into one category of tasks. So for example, in one project that I work on, I may need to do design, I may need to do some writing, maybe some filming and editing. So instead of saying I'm going to work on one project per day where I need to do all of these different categories of tasks, I actually group the tasks into those specific categories instead and have a writing day and then an editing day and then a design day. I personally find as long as I am doing all the writing in a day, even if I'm working on multiple projects in that day, it doesn't feel like I am kind of switching from one thing to another too much. I think this is because when you focus on one specific category of tasks, you are using the same tools, you're using the same side of your brain. You are essentially doing that same task, but just for different projects. And I found that ever since I started to smart multitask or batch multitask, I was able to start getting so many more projects completed throughout the week. especially if I'm time blocking and time managing well throughout the week. Okay, the last habit number 6, is to stop overthinking and just start. I have found myself sitting at my desk humming and hawing and thinking about different projects and ideas, and then end up realizing that I've just spent 3 hours sitting there doing nothing. We actually waste so much time when we are overthinking, so I've started to incorporate this little thing that I like to call 1-2 start. So whenever I realize that I am humming and hawing over a task, I will say, okay, 1, 2, start. And then I will put my pen to paper or start a new doc in my Notion and just start writing down ideas for that task. Whether that is breaking down that task or just getting the concept or idea down on paper, at least you're getting started and getting your brain moving, and you're not just sitting there wasting time thinking about it. So there we have it, 6 key habits and tools that I personally use that help me save over 20 hours every single week. I want to challenge you to just pick one of these habits and tools and try implementing it over the next 7 days and seeing how it can actually change your schedule and make it more efficient as well. Whether that is to schedule in more tunnel vision blocks, trying out Zapier, Akiflow, or something like Honeybook to automate your business admin tasks, start time blocking your day the night before, applying the 2-minute rule, or practicing smart multitasking throughout your week. Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed, like you have too much to do and not enough time, or maybe you're just looking for little strategies and ways to help make your schedule more efficient. I hope this video found you at the right time and that it helps you lift a little bit of weight off your shoulders this week. If you did find this video helpful, I think you're also really going to enjoy this video as well, where I talk about how I stay productive when I am working from home every single day. But other than that, I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!